Hey guys, before we move forward with the video, I want to take this time to shout out 5 of my YouTube membership members. They are going to be Shondarian Nelson, King Bowser, Eric Dubin, Samurai, and Roscoe Lopez. Thank you guys again for your support on my YouTube memberships. If you guys are interested in becoming a part of YouTube memberships, it only costs 99 cents per month. You guys will get access to a badge right next to your name when you comment on my videos or my video premieres. You guys will also have access to emotes that you could use in chat that are exclusive only to YouTube memberships. You guys will be randomly shouted out amongst 4 other people on newly uploaded videos. And last but certainly not least, you guys will automatically be entered into a monthly $15 gift card giveaway that I will be giving away at the end of every month. All of that for 99 cents per month. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the video. What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, back with another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In this video, we're going to be continuing my The Art of series. This time we're going to be focusing on a brand new character with the Art of Enna Kros. Enna Kros is from World of Final Fantasy, and she is going to be debuting soon in Global Opera Omnia. So I'm going to be giving you guys a summarized detail of what she brings with her kit, and then that way you guys can decide whether or not you're going to be investing in this character. Now before we move forward with this video, I want to encourage you guys to not only watch my video, but also the rest of the videos out there from other fantastic DFFOO content creators, and as well as utilizing your resources such as Compendium, Tonberry Troop, DB, so then that way you guys, after researching, can formulate your own educated decision on whether or not you're going to be investing in these characters. Because remember, everybody's roster looks different, everybody's, length of playing Dissidia Opera Omnia is going to be different. There might be returning players, there might be veteran players, there might be new players, so make sure to utilize your resources so then that way you guys can make that good educated decision on these characters. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the Art of Enna Kros. So a little bit of overview on this character. She is a magic damage dealer, having access to both holy and dark elements. She can self-enchant both elements and also imperil both elements. Her skills allow her to retain her brave as damage is dealt from her Omega God that she summons, and she is capable of large amounts of damage in one turn through her Omega God, buffs, and special overhead effect. Her Omega God has extremely high stat ups when it's summoned via her skills. Now, we're going to go ahead and go over her buffs, debuffs, and special effects first because she only has one of each. So her unique buff is Close Enough Creator. It's granted at quest start, and it's also granted if you use her skill 1 or LD. It gives her attack up, initial brave up, max brave up, stolen max brave overflow up, and HP damage up. It also gives her holy and dark enchant, and the last 3 digits of brave damage that she deals is going to be rounded to the nearest 1,000, and this is able to exceed brave damage cap. It also allows her a chance to fill her EX gauge to max at the end of her own turn, and this chance is 20%, so you have a 1 in 5 chance of refilling her EX gauge to max after she takes an action with this buff active. Her unique debuff is called Probably Divine Punishment. This is inflicted on enemies at the start of each wave. It's also inflicted when you use her skill 1. It inflicts defense down, and it inflicts Holy Imperil and Dark Imperil. Her special overhead effect is called Omega God Manifest. This is stackable up to 6 stacks. Stacks are granted to herself by using EX or LD. The stacks decrease after each action she takes, and it sets her current brave to max brave cap at the start of using either her skill 2, EX, or LD skills. Now I want to touch up on her Omega God, which is summoned when she uses her skill 2, EX, or LD. What this does is when it comes out, it gains a massive increase in attack, initial brave, max HP, brave damage cap up, and HP damage cap up prior to dealing damage. And it also allows Enna Kros to not consume her own brave, because technically the one that's attacking is not her, but it's the Omega God that she summons. Now we're going to go ahead and touch up on what her skills do. Her skill 1 is called Close Enough Holy. This deals 3 split AoE HP attacks with stolen max brave overflow. The brave attacks have the holy element. It heals her own brave by HP damage dealt except for the last HP attack, and it grants her Close Enough Creator, and it inflicts Probably Divine Punishment. Her skill 2 is called Bold Maneuver. This summons the Omega God, dealing 2 split AoE HP attacks with stolen max brave overflow. Her C65 base boost up grants her initial brave up, max brave up, stolen max brave overflow up, and brave damage cap up. Her EX, called Atomic Impact, has very slow recast, It summons the Omega God, dealing 3 split AoE HP attacks with stolen Max Brave Overflow. Brave attacks have the Dark element. It deletes all enemies next turn and grants her 2 stacks of Omega God Manifest, and using this does have a low turn rate, so that means her next turn is going to be pushed a little bit farther, very similar to either the way Sync functions or how Machina functions with his special HP command after he has his burst effect active. Her LD is called Astral Annihilation, which also summons the Omega God, dealing 6 single target HP attacks with stolen Max Brave Overflow. It grants Close Enough Creator and also grants 2 stacks of Omega God Manifest. So what are my thoughts about this character and what is the summary? First of all, she has the cool factor because she summons a friggin' Gundam. The Omega God is a Gundam. It literally looks like a Gundam, which I think is really, really cool. She has the potential to deal large amounts of damage, utilizing her buff, debuff, and overhead effectively. She has insanely high Brave damage cap up and HP damage cap up when Omega God is summoned. The value is 200% for both Brave damage cap up and HP damage cap up with that Omega God. So it's really, really high, and which gives her a little bit of a consistency when she deals damage. She's also pretty self-sufficient, as she will almost always retain her Brave after any skill is pressed. Outside of her skill 1, pretty much any skill that's pressed utilizes Omega God, so her Brave is not going to get touched after Omega God attacks. Her overhead stack management, however, is super, super clunky. And realistically, it's very hard to be at the max 6 stacks. And here's the reason why. Because the stacks decrease by 1 after every action, even after you press EX and LD, and while it does say it grants 2 stacks, since that does count as an action, you're only going to be retaining 1 of those stacks. So in order for you to realistically have 6 stacks, you're going to have to constantly press LD, which, while it is her highest damaging skill, it's single target with only 3 uses. And while you press that, you have to hope that RNG is on your side and you're going to get instant access to her EX. Because remember, with her buff, she has a 1 out of 5 chance of gaining access to her EX after she takes an action. So realistically, if you want 6 stacks, you press LD, pray and hope that her EX pops up. If it does, you use her EX, there goes another stack, and then you use LD again. So you see where I'm going with this. It's pretty clunky, and honestly, it's pretty hard to get it to 6 stacks. For a damage dealing unit, she's extremely selfish. Everything that she provides is only for herself. You can argue that her debuff, yes, can help the party dealing more damage, but that's assuming her party allies that are with her have Holy or Dark Element. It does have defense down, but that's kind of whatever. I mean, there's other characters that could debuff defense down. So yeah, she's super, super selfish. And while on paper, she looks easy to slot in because she only has 1 unique debuff and buff, she really needs proper team building to utilize her effectively. And as you can see right here, the party members that are assisting her in this particular demonstration are Liud and Rem. Reason being is Liud's EX charges his ally's EX, so then that way Enna Kros has access to her EX right away. And then I have Rem there because we know that Enna Kros delays her own turn after using EX and LD. We can use turn swap with Rem, and if we have LD active, when she does the LD follow-up after doing turn swap, we're going to give her that special buff which allows Enna Kros to deal more damage, which actually makes managing the stacks a little less important because that buff is going to help her out. So this is the reason why I designed this party for this demonstration that way, to complement the way that Enna Kros functions. But all in all, good damage, but the RNG with the stack management and, you know, hoping for EX to pop up is really an odd design. And honestly, I think one of the things that they could have given this character is possibly other ways to get stacks besides just pressing EX and LD, or maybe adding in other effects to that, you know, overhead effect besides just setting her Brave to max Brave cap. I mean, that's a pretty powerful effect, but they could have given it more for the amount, for the ways that you're supposed to be managing the stacks, which is honestly really, really clunky. So let's go ahead and get into some gameplay showcase here. I'm going to go ahead and delay my favorite punching bag, which is Divine Ramu. So then that way he doesn't do anything and we could wail on him to our heart's content with Enna Kros. All right, so EX is active with Liud. Let's press that. All right. Awesome. So now we have EX charged with Enna Kros. So because EX and LD give her 2 stacks, well, realistically 1 because it counts as a turn, let's go ahead and press EX. And this will deal 3 HP attacks. And as you can see, Omega God is summoned. Look at those stats! crazy high stats. And there you go. So the damage output on her end is actually not bad. It's pretty good, but like I said, maintaining all of that is what makes it kind of, it just really makes it clunky. Let's go ahead and use LD here with Rem. So you could see what I mean by, using her, so then that way the turn delay that she does to herself is kind of like negated with having Rem in the party. Okay, so with Liud, let's just go ahead and use skill 2. And as you can see right there, after we used EX with Enna Kros, we actually got another charge of her EX. So that's kind of cool. We got lucky there, and we got that 1 out of 5 chance roll of just instantly charging her EX. So let's go ahead and switch off to Enna Kros. So now Rem's follow-up triggers. And we get that buff, which is going to be very helpful for a damage dealer like Enna Kros. So we do have a free skill usage, but remember, after every action we take, unfortunately, Enna Kros is gonna drop one of those stacks, and we don't want that to happen. So in this situation, what I would normally do is, because we did get access to EX, I would press EX, but for the purposes of the video, let's just go ahead and take a look at the LD. So there we go. And as you can see, Brave is set to the max Brave cap. And she does a lot of damage, 1.6 million. That's a lot of damage. And then I know that's assisted with the auras from Liud and also the LD one-turn buff from Rem. But she can do a lot of damage provided that you invest in her and also you team build around her. And I think a character like Enna Kros really needs a lot of team building if you really want to utilize how she functions properly to the best of your advantage. Now let's just go ahead and do another turn swap here, because you saw Enna Kros delayed her own turn after using LD and EX, and you see right there we have 2 stacks. So now we're gonna get 3 because I'm gonna go ahead and press EX again. And you're probably wondering, well, when are you supposed to press skill 1 or skill 2? Well, you want to press skill 1 if you need to refresh the debuff, because remember, you do start off with the debuff active on enemies and also 4 turns of her buff. And then you can also use skill 1 to refresh her buff, or, I mean, if you're going to be pressing LD, might as well just press the LD, because you're getting stacks off of the LD. But this is all in all going to be Enna Kros with the Art of Enna Kros. Again, she has the potential to deal large amounts of damage because of the way that her kit functions, but managing the stacks is super clunky, and you really have to team build around her. But all in all, I think she's a cool character. She summons a freaking Gundam. You can't get any cooler than that. And after watching my video and others' videos and also doing your research, utilizing the resources out there with Opera Omnia, if you feel Enna Kros is a character for you, maybe invest. And let me know what you guys think of this character after you guys have had a chance to use her in some of the upcoming Lufenia Pluses and other difficult stages like that. But this is going to go ahead and conclude my video. Hopefully it prepares you guys out for Enna Kros' debut on Global Opera Omnia. Thank you guys again for watching. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan signing out. Mahal, everyone.